This ain't for the fakes, this ain't for the front. It's for them who bled truth through the pen, who wrote their pain on concrete sheets. Let me tell you a story.
Raised in the crib where the floorboards creak. Mama on her knees praying 7 days a week. Pops did time, came home with a stare so deep. Learned more from silence than I ever did from speech. Lunch tickets flipped, I was flipping more than meals. Dreams got crushed, now I'm grinding for the fields. Classroom was a war zone, teacher ain't care. Said I'd end up dead a lot, guess life ain't fair. I wrote my name in pain on them back alley walls with a pen like a pistol. I've been shooting through it all. Learn to rhyme like I breathe, flow tight like a chain. Every verse a reminder I've been baptized in rain. It's the story of a real one, never been fake. Heart made of gold, soul carved from the ache. Tales from the curb where the loyalty stand. Only the true make it out, only the bold get in. From nothing to something, I wrote my own fate. A poet from the struggle with bars that relate. It's that street scripture, that survival tone. The story of a real one etched in stone. They ain't believe in the kid from the trenches. Now they quote every line like I'm speaking on benches. Court dates, duct tape, raised on the fence. Life taught lessons that school never mentioned. Wrote pain in the margins of books I never read. Told stories to the beat like the ones who bled. Street lights flicker when I walk past guilt, but I stand 10 toes on the pain I built. Glocks in the closet, but my weapon is a verse. Heard in my voice like I'm carrying a hearse. My dog did time, came home to a box. Life got codes that don't come with locks. It's for the ones who sleep in hoodies in July, who lost kin to the game but still look to the sky. This for mamas with 2 jobs, still fed the block. This for the ball scribbled down behind cell locks. Tears dried on pages that the world ain't seen, but I've been spitting stories from the cracks in between. My book got blood on the spine, real chapters, no happily ever afters, just real life factors. I don't rap to stunt, I rap to survive. Every beat like a lifeline, keeping me alive. This ink is my armor, this flow is my pride. I'm the poet from the pain that the city can't hide. I ain't changing my truth for a label, a deal. I've been cooking these lines with a hunger so real. No fiction in my diction, this the rawest meal. Words heavy like the weight I was forced to feel. I remember cold nights, writing rhymes on my phone. Windows frosted, feeling broke to the bone. But each bar warmed me like a flicker of light. In the darkest of times, I still found a fight. Had to dodge crooked smiles in them setups and suits. Some homies changed sides once they tasted the fruits. But me, I stayed grounded like a verse on a loop. Never sold my soul for the fame or the loot. I gave y'all pain and rhythm, struggle and cadence. Made my notebook my savior in the world that's flagrant. So if I'm going tomorrow, let this pen be proof. I gave them the real, I gave y'all the truth. This the story of a real one, never been fake. Heart made of gold, soul carved from the ache. Tales from the curb where the loyalty stand. Only the true make it out, only the bold get in. From nothing to something, I wrote my own fate. A poet from the struggle with bars that relate. This that street scripture, that survival tone. The story of a real one etched in stone. A real one ain't made in a day. It's forged in pressure, pain and purpose. This ain't just rap, this is survival. Written in blood, ink, and truth. You heard me?
Yeah. They say the truth hurts, but the cold truth is scars. Ain't no fairy tales in these pages, just pain pressed between bars. This ain't a verse, it's a confession from the pavement. Read it like a eulogy, respect the placement. I came up with a siren sang lullabies. Concrete jungle, no tears when a brother dies. Mom's prayers fought the devil every sunrise, but I still broke bread with dealers and cut ties. Caught charges before I caught a chance. Life ain't a dance, it's a stance with blood on your hands. Seen OGs fall, turn fiend in a glance. The same block that raised them turned grave with no plans. Read the ink on my knuckles like scripture. Each mark a moment, each scar a fixture. Truth ain't soft, it's a fist to your jawline. It's your homie doing life, cause he crossed that raw line. Raised by the rules with no lawyers around. My freedom was a gamble every time I stood ground. I ain't glamorizing nothing, just reporting the facts. In the land of broken dreams, real survive off scraps. These cold truth diaries, written in blood stains, pages torn from pain, lines soaked in real names. Ain't no fiction in my verse, no fantasy tale, just a ghetto born hymn for the ones in the cell. These cold truth diaries, each bar a receipt. From the corner to the coffin, this story repeats. You can feel it in the bass, in the gravel of my tone. Truth lives in these verses, I bleed from the bone. I seen killers cry in silence, pride dissolved, and preachers pack pistols cause prayers won't solve. Cops plant dope then flex like they heroes. Meanwhile my dogs do 10 behind zeros. Can't write my pain in neat font or rhyme pretty. It's the kind that shatters ribs when you bleed for your city. I've seen gold chains turn green in the rain, cause the wealth was fake and the loyalty stained. Every verse I spit come laced with intent, from a life where a text could get your whole block bent. Ain't no lie in my lines, this pen never bends. Just truth ink raw from my means to the ends. Grandma told me truth will set you free, but out here truth's a death sentence, especially for G's. So I write it down like a will folded in my kicks, case the feds raid early and my name get picked. These cold truth diaries, written in blood stains, pages torn from pain, lines soaked in real names. Ain't no fiction in my verse, no fantasy tale, just a ghetto born hymn for the ones in the cell. These cold truth diaries, each bar a receipt. From the corner to the coffin, this story repeats. You can feel it in the bass, in the gravel of my tone. Truth lives in these verses, I bleed from the bone. I don't write for applause, I write for the lost, for the kids in the alleyways paying life's cost. This ain't just music, it's memoirs of survival, an audio bible for the streets revival. I done seen the game flip in one cold winter. Used to serve rocks, now the rock turned sinners. Loyalty a myth, betrayal come quicker. One text, now his whole name lost in a flicker. I seen mamas bury sons with no peace, while the system profit off us like a corporate feast. Talking justice, ain't no scales in the mud, just judges with agendas and cold-blooded thugs. Snakes rock jerseys, smile with fake daps, then plot on your downfall while they chill in your traps. That's why I move silent, but strike like a sermon. Every loss I took made me 10 times determined. I keep it realer than most, cause I seen too much. From shootouts over pride to a brother lose touch. This ain't rap, it's a wound wrapped in rhythm. I just let it bleed, hope the world finally listens. These cold truth diaries, written in blood stains, pages torn from pain, lines soaked in real names. Ain't no fiction in my verse, no fantasy tale, just a ghetto born hymn for the ones in the cell. These cold truth diaries, each bar a receipt. From the corner to the coffin, this story repeats. You can feel it in the bass, in the gravel of my tone. Truth lives in these verses, I bleed from the bone. Don't judge the ink unless you live these lines. Don't recite what you don't survive. This diary ain't for sale, it's for the ones who died trying to rewrite their lives. Cold truth, uncensored, street gospel, page by page. This is how the real remain remembered, in bars, not graves. Hear that, amen?
Yeah. 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 They say pain makes poets, but I was molded by the heat. What loyalty's currency and silence keeps you on your feet. I ain't asked for this life, but I earned every scar. Forged in the fire like steel made for war.
I was raised where the sirens never needed permission. Broken homes talk louder than formal admissions. Corner store wisdom, black hood religion, where the preacher got a burner and forgiveness got conditions. No handouts, we was fed with pride and instinct. Hungry with ambition, all my dreams stayed distinct. Mama cried over bills, pops vanished in the mist. So I turned pain to poems, balled my fists when I spit. Not a product of the system, I'm the system's worst glitch. Got survival in my rhythm and resistance in my pitch. No fairy tales in the crib, just nightmares with a twist. Still I learned how to script pain in the lyrical bricks. I was forged in the fire, never broke, never bent. Earned my name with the pressure every moment I spent. Grit in my soul, got that fight in my veins. They threw dirt on my name, but I rose through the flames. I was forged in the fire, every wound, every brand. Made a throne from the ashes forged with this mic in my hand. I ain't built to fold, I was born to inspire. Call me what you want, I'm forged in the fire. This ain't rap for the clout, this is therapy in bars, where I measure my regrets by the depth of my scars. I seen brothers bleed out for a color or a block, while the judge swing hammers like he playing with clocks. Time ain't a blessing when your homie's doing 10, and the pain got a price written heavy through the pen. Talk about forgiveness, I ain't met that friend. I got rage in my notebook that refuses to end. My name ain't on no chain, but it ring in the trap, where the truth ain't clean and the lies overlap. Still I spit like I'm holy with a blade in my verse, and my soul too raw for this industry curse. They try to bury me, not knowing I was a seed, not watered by rain, but by every betrayal I bleed. Every fake handshake, every door slammed shut. Built this armor on my frame, now I move like a truck. No brakes for the weak, only flames in my lane. Where pain ain't a choice, it's just part of the game. Still 10 toes deep, where the streets don't forgive. Had to boss up quick just to claim how I live. OGs taught me game like it came from the scrolls. Said don't die for respect, learn to die with control. I'm the outcome of lessons written hard in the street, where you pray with one eye and the other don't sleep. Too many gone young, too many locked away, so I spit for the lost, the caged and the prey. A poet with a Glock, if the story demands. Got my heart in the lines, got the truth in my hands. No ghostwriter life, every bar's my sin. Every line a confession from the war within. No, I was forged in the fire, never broke, never bent. Earn my name with the pressure every moment I spend. Grit in my soul, got that fight in my veins. Stay through dirt on my name, but I rose through the flames. No, I was forged in the fire, every wound, every brand. Made a throne from the ashes with this mic in my hand. I ain't built to fold, I was born to inspire. Call me what you want, I'm forged in the fire. I've been lied on, crossed out, left in the cold, but I still turn trauma into verses of gold. No love for the snakes, no peace for the fake. Had to hustle through the breaks, every risk I would take. Ramming meals in the dark with a loaded 38. Now it's verses in the booth that decide my fate. Got brothers in the pen, got some names in the grave. I'm just one of the few who escaped from the cage. I'm the voice of the alley, the steps of the block, where your dreams don't fly and the clocks don't stop. But I paint with the pain, turn my loss to a win. I'm the book they ain't write, every page full of sin. If you see me smile, just know I earned that grin. Had to walk through the fire, through the loss and the sin. Ain't no shortcut route, I took every sharp turn. Every verse that I write, got a lesson I burn. I'm not flawless, I'm forged, bent by the pressure, sharpened by struggle, and laced with a measure of pain turned to passion, of truth with a wire. Speak my name with respect, I was forged in the fire.
I was forged in the fire. I was forged in the fire.
Left. This for the lost, to the found, the ones stuck in between. Concrete prayers, sermons from the street. Let the pain preach. Mama had 3 jobs, still barely made rent. Pops got locked, never seen where the years went. Bible by the bed, but a 40 in the drawer. Cause these blessings don't mean peace when they're kicking down your door. Used to pray for dinner, now I grind for a feast. Used to run from the sirens, now I walk with the beast. Crooked preachers on the block, selling hope in the bag. And the kids learn to count from the dope they drag. Street prophet with a pen, I bleed bars of truth. Ink dripping like the blood from my homie's chipped tooth. No choir in this chapel, just screams and shots. But I still speak light in this world gon' right.
Hey, this my ghetto gospel, pain in a verse. Hustle for redemption, we was born in the dirt. A sermon with a pistol, faith with a curse. If I die tonight, bury me with the hurts. This my ghetto gospel, no robe, no ring. Only loyalty and scars, that's my offering. Read my life like scripture, feel every line. These bars ain't rap, it's a prayer and rhymes.
They said I wouldn't make it past 21, I'm 29. Carry caskets and dreams at the same damn time. Bullet holes in the wall where I learned to write. My verses got weight. You feel that fight? OG said knowledge is war with a twist.
So I sharpen every word like a blade in a fist. No silver spoons, just forks in the road. Taught to flip pain like packs, make it bold. Ain't no peace in the belly of the beast I roam. So I built the altar from bricks and the crack pay phone. Ghetto angels singing through the static. In the grime, I pen verses like prayers for the lost in the grime. And we ain't holy, but we sacred in survival. Tattoo scriptures on our arms, every scar's a revival. They write laws, we write legacy in the dust. Turn trauma into truth and pain into trust. Tears on my notebook, soul on my pad. Grew up with fiends and dreamers, real and mad. I ain't a preacher, just a poet from the block, trying to baptize the streets with these bars I drop. Still smell the gun smoke on grandma's steps. Still hear the cries from the ones who left. But I spit this gospel like a mission divine. So even the damn get a verse and a sign.
This my ghetto gospel, pain in a verse. Hustle for redemption, we was born in the dirt. A sermon with a pistol, faith with a curse. If I die tonight, bury me with the hurts. Hey, this my ghetto gospel, no robe, no ring. Only loyalty and scars, that's my offering. Read my life like scripture, feel every line. These bars ain't rap, it's a prayer and rhymes.
If the streets could talk, they speaking bars like these. Raw, unfiltered, bleeding truth with no keys. I ain't trying to be a saint, just a sinner with a pen, writing ghetto psalms until the very end.
Yeah. They say the pen's mightier than a sword, but I seen ink write checks that real pain couldn't afford. Notebooks full of scars, bars from the yard. Homies read my lines and swear I'm speaking from the morgue. Ain't no fiction here, this ain't no movie script. I write from dirty kitchens where the pots and burners twist. Hand on my page like a trigger on a 9. One wrong line and your life on rewind. I seen pens draw lines in the court doc's hand. Turn killers to saints and saints to the damn. You trust in ink, now you trust in a scheme. That black liquid to drown you American dream. This ain't rap, it's a warning with a rhythm. Words been weaponized, loaded with the system. I speak for the hustlers who die faceless, not for authors trying to write great. Never trust the pen and rewrite your sin. They turn your truth to a tale they spin. It don't bleed like us, it don't cry like men. So why you letting that ink be your only friend? Never trust the pen, it don't ride a bend. When the feds close in, it ain't there to defend. Put your soul in the bars, let your struggle ascend. But always know, never trust the pen. This ain't literature class, this survival notes. Pages full of names that was ghosts and coats. My raps ain't cute, they indictable facts. Seen brothers caught up just from spitting on tracks. When that DA pulled quotes from a verse you wrote, suddenly your art get a murder coat. It's deeper than rap, this the realest terrain. Every stanza I breathe got decades of pain. I ain't never trust ink that don't come from skin. Tatted memories of the wars I've been in. That big pen never rolled with me on late night flips. Never held me down when I bled from clips. It ain't due time, it ain't filled of cups. It ain't raised in the jungle where survival's rough. So I jot with caution, code every rhyme. Cause freedom's fragile in a crooked line. They say to tell your story, but what if the paper folds before you finish? What if the words they print ain't the words you meant? They gave us pens, but never taught us the cost of bleeding. Used to write dreams in the back of my math book. Now I spit schemes from the life that cash took. Boom bap soul with a trap boy past. Trying to lace my bars with a purpose that lasts. My first bars were prayers over food stamps. Now it's gold grills and 20-gram amps. But the message stay gritty, ain't lost in the glitz. Still warning kids not to trust politics. This for the ones who write but never get seen. Whose pain get ignored in the media machine. They clip your verses, delete your rhymes, cause truth ain't welcome when it fights the design. I sharpen my pen like I sharpen my blade, but even blades rust in this game we play. So I rhyme like it's judgment, every bar my confessional. But I never let that ink be my professional. Never trust the pen and rewrite your sin. They'll turn your truth to a tale they spin. It don't bleed like us, it don't cry like men. So why you letting that ink be your only friend? Never trust the pen, it don't ride a bend. When them feds close in, it ain't there to defend. Put your soul in the contracts take souls with dotted lines. Seen poets die broke while the suits die. What good is a verse if it come with a leash? What good is your voice if you preach what they teach? I spit for the felons who write in they cells. Ain't gone toilet paper, real bars from hell. They ain't got mics, but they got the rage. They carve truth in walls like eternal stage. Every beat I body, every rhyme I bury comes with weight. This life too heavy, so I scribble my truth, then burn the draft. Cause the realest art never need no autograph.
Never trust the pen, trust the pain. Trust the streets that raised you. Trust the silence after a brother fades too. Ink don't cry, but blood do. These bars, they ain't just words, they survival codes.
This pen's been through war zones, not just paper cuts. Each line bleeds struggle, real blood, no bluff. I ain't write this for charts, I wrote this for survival. Every bar a scar, every verse a rival. Let the beat cry while the truth march in time. This ain't just rap, this is blood on my rhymes. I wrote my first bars in a broken room. Cracked ceilings, mold scent, air full of gloom. Mom cried in silence, pop gone in the wind. I found therapy in bars, let the healing begin. No silver spoon, just a rusted fork and rhyming. Learned the game from felons, teachers long forgotten. My pad was a journal, my pen dripped grime. Every letter was heavy, had to rhyme for my time. Classmates laughed, I had holes in my shoes, but I studied the streets like a scholar in the blues. Corner taught logic, prison tales became text. What you earn with a mic, gotta guard with respect. Truth ain't pretty, it's raw, torn and stitched. I ain't write these rhymes, I dug them from a ditch. Some spit the floss, I spit the breathe. I write what I live, ain't no tricks up my sleeve.
Blood on my rhymes, pain in my lines. Raised by the struggle, designed through the grind. From the pen to the block, truth intertwines. This ain't rap, it's a crime scene sign. Yeah, blood on my rhymes, heart in my speech. Lessons from the pavement, wisdom I teach. Ain't no fantasy, just bars from the grind. You feel it in your soul, that's blood on my rhymes. Grew up round hitters with scars on their name. Talk was expensive, gotta earn in this game. Loyalty ain't a word, it's a lifestyle tax. One slip, they find you with shells in your back. I seen kids with dreams get laced in chalk, and preachers with guns who no longer talk. Money brought murder and power bred snakes, but I never sold my pen for no industry fakes. My block taught me business, risk and returns. That the stove brings heat, but the mind truly burns. I write with a vengeance, a vendetta and pen. Cause I've been to the ledge and came back again. Stack notebooks like bricks, metaphors like clips. Every bar is a chamber, I let real ones grip. Fake rappers talk war, but never felt fire. I bled through these lines, wrote truth under wire.
On my rhymes, pain in my lines. Raised by the struggle, designed through the grind. From the pen to the block, truth intertwines. This ain't rap, it's a crime scene sign. Yeah, blood on my rhymes, heart in my speech. Lessons from the pavement, wisdom I teach. Ain't no fantasy, just bars from the grind. You feel it in your soul, that's blood on my rhymes. They want metaphors, I give them memoirs. A ghetto scripture carved behind prison bars. I saw dreams die in that cold courthouse. Mama's tears on her sleeve as they pulled me out. But I ain't fold, I grew bolder in pain. Started scribbling truth like bullets in the rain. My cell became church, my pad became God. And the rhythm of regret became my facade. Every beat a confessional, every rhyme a case, every sentence a weapon. Truth with a face, I seen killers become poets. Pain birth design, when words hold trauma, it's deeper than rhyme. This ain't entertainment, this testimony spit. Where the wrong bar can get your casket lit. So I write with my life, I bleed when I write. These verses ain't clean, they were born in a fight. This ain't rap for the clubs. This is that midnight monologue for the ones up in cuffs. This is the language of the lost, the fall and the judge. A scripture carved in pain, signed in blood.
Yeah, blood on my rhymes, pain in my lines. Raised by the struggle, designed through the grind. From the pen to the block, truth intertwines. This ain't rap, it's a crime scene sign. Yeah, blood on my rhymes, hard in my speech. Lessons from the pavement, wisdom I teach. Ain't no fantasy, just bars from the grind. You feel it in your soul, that's blood on my rhymes. I ain't never needed a feature to validate pain. These words, they ain't entertainment. They're memorials for the real, and warnings for the blind. This ain't a song, it's survival. This is blood on my rhymes. Yeah. 4 bars. That's all I need to break down a decade of scars, real talk.
Yeah. I was raised with a siren scream before your name, when survival ain't a game and truth don't wear a chain. Mama lit candles, praying rent would pay itself, while I learned math, counting bullets on the shelf. First bar, pain. Second bar, grit. Third bar, rage. Fourth bar, never quit. Pop's gone, but the streets raised me raw. Got my lessons from dealers in the hood, folklore. I ain't here to glorify, narrate the grind. It's hard to heal when the past still eats your mind. Graffiti tag walls told stories we live. Before the court dates and funerals we couldn't forgive. 4 bars hold my life, 4 bars hold my past. 4 bars got the truth, and the truth never asks. From the block to the booth, from the fight to the scars. Everything I am locked tight in 4 bars, yeah. 4 bars, that's all it takes to show you the nights I bled for mistakes. 4 bars, no fake, no facade. I'm the real in the ink, no applause, just a scar. They say speak your truth, but what if truth too heavy? What if every verse you drop shake your soul like a Chevy? What if memories of cell blocks and black hoodies replace bedtime stories and cartoon goodies? I used to rock hand-me-downs, dirt on the laces, dreaming the courtside. Now I'm dodging cases. Old heads told me, son, life got no script, so I wrote mine on corners with a bloodstained pick. Did a bid, came home, mine sharper than blades. Built a throne from the pain, ain't no gold, just the graves. Homies lost to the game, buried deep in the mud. Taught me silence ain't peace and revenge ain't love. 4 bars hold my rage, 4 bars hold my tears. 4 bars hold the weight of too many years. All that trauma and lines, dressed clean for the beat, but the dirt still lingers underneath my feet. Yeah, 4 bars, 4 corners of my mind, where the devil made a deal and I still sign. 4 bars, I ain't trying to be a star, I'm trying to be the voice for those behind bars. You don't know pain till you rhyme over your homie's death. You don't know peace till your child takes a breath. You don't know freedom if you still wear fear. And you don't know love if you ain't cried in years. I write for the lost ones, the backseat thinkers, for the ones ducking law while they chase 6 figures, for the ones who ain't artists but bleed on the page. This is not a track, it's a journal in a cage. Third strike looming, judge don't care about your soul, just the priors, the file, and the lies they control. I remember the first time I clutched that steel, heart racing like I never knew how to feel. Bar 1, hunger. Bar 2, fear. Bar 3, anger. Bar 4, tears. Every rhyme is a prayer, every verse is a cry. I ain't rapping for fame, I'm just trying not to die. Middle fingers up to the system that broke me. Grew up watching lawyers treat my brothers like trophies. Mama's still working, 3 jobs and a bus pass, and I'm trying to change fate with a mic and a flash. 4 bars tell it all, 4 bars never lie. 4 bars got me breathing though I wanted to die. 4 bars in my veins, like ink in my skin. 4 bars is the battle I fight deep within, yeah. 4 bars, 4 truths I can't erase. They the mirror to my wounds and my father's face. 4 bars, and I'm still alive, still spitting through the trauma, still trying to survive. Some write verses for applause, I write mine for peace. Some chase gold, I chase release. My life ain't a hit song, it's a testimony carved in beat breaks. 4 bars, that's all it takes. All it takes. Yeah. This ain't bled from pain, not pens. Ain't no fairy tales here, just facts from the pen. I ain't rapping for clout, I'm spilling my life again and again. From pain to pain. Wrote this on a torn mattress in a room with no ceiling, where rats run like dreams and the cold kills the feeling. Mama praying in the kitchen, heat off, still resilient. But pain builds verses when you raised among villains. Every scar got a sentence, every tear wrote a bar. I ain't study Shakespeare, I study dope in a jar. Pop's dip left my name on the curbside scar, so I pledged to the streets, now my loyalty's hard. I ain't have no tutor, my chalkboard was a brick wall. Tagged it with my truth while I dodged every pitfall. Youngin' with a burner heart frozen a windstorm. Now write scriptures that hit deep in a jail dorm. Bloodstains on a notepad, that ain't ink you see. That's survival, that's hunger, that's poverty's decree. So I spit like the block talking back through me. Trap drums boom bap in this raw poetry. From pain to paper, I write like bled through the lines. Every bar a confession, every verse doing time. Ain't no lies in these stanzas, just the truth redesigned. This my gospel from the gutter, built with rhythm and grind. From pain to paper, this my sermon and rhyme. A trap hymn for the hustlers that was walking that line. Boom bap in my chest, in the streets of my spine. Every word is a war, every sentence a sign. Look, I done seen homies die over pride in the pack. Got cousins doing numbers off a single gun clap. Grew up with respect, they ain't giving, you earn that. With the price of your name depends how you clap back. No cap in these verses, just trauma with a tempo. Cutthroats in the cypher, riding dirty in a rental. Trust is a gamble, loyalty accidental. So I move militant, but my heart's still sentimental. Had to hustle just to eat, rhyming dreams in the pot. Gunshots every night like the block tick-tock. Bullet holes in the walls like graffiti with plot. I ain't write this for streams, I wrote this cause I got pain in abundance, stories untold. So I flip them the lines with a heart gone cold. If the system want me silent, then I'm writing bold. Put my story on wax, let the legacy hold. I ain't here for your applause, I'm here for the truth. These words feed orphans of the booth. They say don't glorify the streets, but what you expect when the streets raise kings with no safety net? When every line could be your last, and every verse gotta carry the past. I turn trauma into tape piss and hope it lasts. From concrete grew a mind sharp as shattered glass. They said I'd never make it, just a name on a mural. But I turned pain into art, real life into plural. Now I rhyme like indictments, my flow got no neutral. Either love it or fear it, every beat is a funeral. Seen preachers turn dealers, seen saints turn to sin. Seen good kids with dreams never make it again. So I pour them in my pages, bury them in my pen. Every why gotta win, every star got an end. Got felonies on files, but I ain't fall from the foul. I just turned every charge into bars with style. So if I die before I blow, let them study my trial. Every rhyme was a case, every beat was a mile. I ain't begged for forgiveness, I wrote it instead. My pen sharper than the sheave under Bro's twin bed. Now I spit with conviction like a cell block fed, and let the streets decide what the judge never said. From pain to paper, I write and I bled through the lines. Every bar a confession, every verse doing time. Ain't no lies in these stanzas, just the truth redesigned. This my gospel from the gutter, built with rhythm and grind. From pain to paper, this my sermon and rhyme. A trap hymn for the hustlers that was walking that line. Boom bap in my chest, in the streets of my spine. Every word is a war, every sentence a sign. So when they ask what I rep, I don't say a block, I say I represent every kid with a locked notebook. Every poet with a scar that don't rhyme pretty. Every verse that saved a life in a cell or a city. This ain't just music, there's survival in syllables. It's redemption in rhythm. It's pain to paper.
Crack sidewalks, talk with the stains of time. I walked them broke, heart froze, mind on ground.
fiends dancing near the poles where dreams collapse. I seen innocence vanish with one relapse. Ain't no fairy tales on my avenue script, just funeral suits, gun reports, and clip zips. They taught us math with ounces, not algebra, and history came in tattoos and caliber. My brother caught a bid for defending his name. Judge ain't blink once, just fed him the flames. Meanwhile, the preacher still ducking them rent dues, and little man selling, hoping $10 shoes. Mama cried loud, but the block stay louder. Clock hands move, but pain holds power. I ain't choose this life, but I chose not to fold. Even still bends when the night's too cold.
That's from the curb where the sermons hit different. Raised on survival, ain't no love, inconsistent. Every crack's a story, every corner got scars. Learn to dream in the dirt, now we reaching for stars. Lessons from the curb taught me real from fake. How to read eyes fast and escape that snake. No degrees, just degrees of pain we serve. Graduated from the grind, got my lessons from the curb.
I remember cold dinners and borrowed nights where fathers were missing, but the fiends in sight. We prayed with pistols under the pillow. Gospel of the gun sang louder than any cello. Taught to never flinch when betrayal appears, cause your own kin could be the engineer of tears. I seen best friends flip like quarters in dice games. 1 minute is day one, next is just name. Scars on my knuckles, pride in my ribs. We bled for respect and we fought to live. Ain't no silver spoon, we had rusted forks. Learned politics from prison talk and porch. Corner store was Harvard if you listen well. Even devils drop gems from that ghetto shell. Now I pen, paint, and rhythm, truth and bars. Writing for the ones still trapped behind them bars.
Lessons from the curb where the sermons hit different. Raised on survival, ain't no love, inconsistent. Every crack's a story, every corner got scars. Learn to dream in the dirt, now we reaching for stars. Lessons from the curb taught me real from fake. How to read eyes fast and escape that snake. No degrees, just degrees of pain we serve. Graduated from the grind, got my lessons from the curb. I was built with loyalties lethal. Grew around kings with no equals. Grew around goons who ain't tweet threats. Just pulled up quiet with heaters, no regrets. Blocks taught me patience with paranoia. You wait too long, that next breath destroy ya. Talk less, move right. Highs on the snakes. Even fam turn greedy when they smellin' them steaks. I stayed down till my grind hit the sky. Now I walk like revenge, head high when I ride. Got my blueprint from OGs and fades. Street fights taught me pain ain't made to evade. Lost homies I love to caskets and greed. Had to bottle my grief, let my pen just bleed. The code's still the code, ain't no rewrite script. One slip in the field and your soul get ripped. They say the street don't love nobody. That's truth. But it teaches hard, teaches fast. If you ain't listening, you learning the last way. You learning the last way. Lessons from the curb where the sermons hit different. Raised on survival, ain't no love, inconsistent. Every crack's a story, every corner got scars. Learn to dream in the dirt, now we reaching for stars. Lessons from the curb taught me real from fake. How to read eyes fast and escape that snake. No degrees, just degrees of pain we serve. Graduated from the grind, got my lessons from the curb. So when I spit, I'm not rhyming to impress. I'm testifying. This ain't all for applause. This is truth with bloodstains. Call it what you want, but I call it life. Straight from the curb. Yeah. Still breathing through the pain. Still preaching what they scared to explain. Ain't nothing sweet in this life, feel me? Raised where the corners teach more than schools do. Where man's worth measured by who he pulled through. Still nerves, heavy hands, mind sharp like a bayonet. Caught a case young but never played Russian roulette. Back then we ain't dreamed, we just dealt. Slept through gunfire, lullaby, stress we felt. Mama cried but wiped tears with grit. Told me don't fold, baby, life's legit. Handle it. 12 try to break me, cuffs on my skin, but they ain't no rage when it's carved from within. Learn to talk with my knuckles, spit pain in lines. My notebook ain't pages, it's chalk outlines. Scarred and still spitting, truth in my sentence. Voice of the curb, no love, no repentance. Came from the bricks where they bury the weak. Every bar drop ain't just words, it's a streak.
I've seen kings fall for crumbs, queens turn fiends. I've seen best friends switch for some petty green. Used to write rhymes by the flicker of a lighter, while bro in the next room loaded up the fire. Taught to read people like graph on the train. Every stare got intent, every handshake's game. I ain't just rhyming, I'm surviving out loud. Every lyric is a bruise, every beat is a vow. They said I wouldn't make it past 25. Now I'm 30 deep with a will to survive. I still ride solo, paranoia intact. Too many homies zipped up, can't bring them back. I talk to the night sky with a flask in hand. Dreams feel distant like foreign land, but I lace up boots and confront the facts. You can't heal wounds if you scared of the cracks. Scarred and still spitting, truth in my sentence. Voice of the curb, no love, no repentance. Came from the bricks where they bury the weak. Every bar I drop ain't just words, it's a streak. Scars don't fade, they just tell my tale. From the county blocks to a cold ass sound. Still spitting, never silenced by the system. Bars too raw, ain't no way they can twist it. They say pain makes poets, but where I'm from, pain makes soldiers. You either bleed ink or bleed out. And I chose to make my trauma loud. I ain't here for applause, this ain't no act. This is scar stitched with rhyme schemes. In fact, you hear a track, I hear the street scream. You hear a beat, I relive old dreams. Never needed that cosign, I'm self-made. My past ain't a weakness, it's the blade I wade. Still ride dirty, but my pen stays clean. Cut through fake like a laser beam. Crack pavements under Jordan 5s. Mouth full of gold, but no peace inside. They sell death in baggies and we inhale till we cough up truth in a county cell. I spit for the kids with no pops in sight. For the ones who pray to the street light. For the misfits, the ones cast aside. We the broken, chosen with fire inside. You can't cage a soul that's seen too much. We the ones who learn rage before love. Scar but wiser. Every wound's a line, and I turn pain into platinum every time. Scarred and still spitting, truth in my sentence. Voice of the curb, no love, no repentance. Came from the bricks where they bury the weak. Every bar I drop ain't just words, it's a streak. Scars don't fade, they just tell my tale. From the county blocks to a cold ass cell. Still spitting, never silenced by the system. Bars too raw, ain't no way they can twist them. I ain't looking for fame, just a mic and a reason. Each verse a confession, each rhyme a season. They scarred me, yeah, but I ain't quit. Still breathing, still rapping, still legit. Scarred and still spitting. This ink bleeds justice. Street gospel in motion. Forever unfiltered.
These streets don't write in ink, they write in bruises and blood. Every verse I spit been stepped on, spit on, buried, but never broken. I ain't just rapping, I'm scribing pain on pavement. Pen heavy with the weight of real life. This one was written in the mud. I wrote this verse with a cracked soul and a clenched fist. Raised where a warm plate of food was a rare gift. Mama prayed over rhyme and pops gone like the wind. I found family in a block full of felons and sin. Notebook full of war cries, bars like prison bars. Scars on my knuckles, proof I came from battle scars. Talking late night sirens, broken dreams on the curb. Young boys toting heat like it's part of the verb. Every letter in my rhyme soaked in concrete tears. Every metaphor a scar built from childhood fears. The system ain't broken, it's designed that way. So I bleed truth in my bars till the lies decay. Ink ain't dry, it's blood on the page. Written in the mud, built from the rage. This ain't rap, it's a sermon for the lost. Pay my dues in the dirt, counting their cars from the cracks in the street where the real one stood. Every line I laid down, written in the mud. It's written in the mud, written in the mud.
You used to post on the block with a burner in the coat. Now I'm posting these bars with a vision and hope. Seen homies doing time for a name and a chain. Now they names on a shirt and we toasting the pain. They said loyalty's rare, it's extinct in these parts. Most smile in your face while they aiming at your heart. I done slept in the trap, made beats with the rats. Learned math in the kitchen, flipping powder to stacks. But I'm off that lane, know the game still calling. Trying to lift my hood up while the bodies keep falling. Truth is, ain't no peace when you stuck in the cold. So I document the struggle like my pen's in a mold. Put my life in these stanzas, soul in these lines. Every chorus got pain that I buried in time.
We ain't dry, there's blood on the page, written in the mud, built from the rage. This ain't rap, it's a sermon for the lost. Pay my dues in the dirt, counting egg calls from the cracks in the street where the real one stood. Every line I laid down, written in the mud. That's written in the mud, written in the mud.
My words ain't for charts, they for block survivors. Those who dodge both bullets and indictments.
For the ones who ain't rapping to flex, but the process what the world tried to silence.
Look, ain't no Grammys in the trenches, just losses and pain. You either right or rot, either speak or get stained. My cousin called an L for some dirt that wasn't his. Now he write rhymes in his cell, dreaming of his kids. Every visit through the glass put a hole in my chest. So I spit with the force of a man never rest. I don't rap for applause, I rap to release. Trying to find pieces of peace in a world full of grief. They glorify the struggle, but forget the grief too. Forget the nights we was hungry, no heat, no food. So I paint it with precision, these verses divine. If survival's an art, then this pain is a sign. Written in dirt, but it's holy like Psalms. My scriptures don't lie, they tattooed on my arms. You can't try, there's blood on the page, written in the mud, built from the rage. This ain't rap, it's a sermon for the lost. Pay my dues in the dirt, counting egg calls from the cracks in the street where the real one stood. Every line I laid down, written in the mud. It's written in the mud, written in the mud. They ask why I write like the world gon' end tonight. Cause I seen endings with open eyes, funerals with no tears left, brothers with no light left. I ain't telling stories, I'm documenting survival. No filters, no fiction, just truth. Written in the mud.
They told me truth was silent, but mine screams on the page. Every line a scar, every verse a stage. No fiction in my diction, just blood on ink. Where the pain don't hide and the pen don't blink.
Concrete cradle, bone where the sirens sing. My lullabies were gun clicks and brass knuckle rings. Mama cried in the kitchen, pop gone with the wind. I learned math with the grams, not books in the bin. School was a hallway, not a class with chairs. Just dice rolls, blunt smoke and vacant stares. Teachers gave up, system never cared. So I carved my future with a gaze that dared. Grew up on corners where names fade quick and tombstones pop up like clockwork ticks. I ain't rap for the fame, I spit to exist. So the block remembers I was real in the mist. Ink bleeds real, I don't write for the thrill. Every bar I lay down got the scent of a kill. This ain't rhymes, it's war scar sealed. Truth don't lie, my pen's my steel. Ink bleeds pain, straight from the street meal. No glitter, no gloss, just scars that heal. So if you feel this, you know the deal. We don't pretend, around here ink bleeds real.
I roll with cold hands, hungry nights and no heat. Hustle through winters with holes in my sneaks. They see verses, I see chalk lines and grief. Every 16's a prayer, I send through the beef. I don't bend like rules they twist. Was raised by OGs who spoke with fists. Money came dirty, never sweet like myths. But I cleaned it with flows that cut through the mist. My notepad stained with the life I knew. Drive-bys, lost friends, and the rent past due. This ain't a diary,
It's a tomb of truths where each syllable drips like forbidden fruit. Street gospel, baptized in crime. My scriptures got felonies between the lines. They want hooks, I give them lifelines. Bars wrapped in trauma that rewinds. I ain't poetic by choice, it's survival breathing. Words ain't just words, they the weight I'm heaving. They said I'd fade like chalk on cement, but my story got teeth, it tears to regret. Every letter's a bullet, every verse is a vest. Every beat is a battle, every bar a test. I don't write to impress, I write to confess. Cause these streets only honor what bleeds from the chest. Ink bleeds real, this is dirt in the deal. No fairy tales here, just truth you feel. I speak for the lost, for the dreams they steal, for the ones who ain't make it past the wheel. Ink bleeds pain, soaked in steel. From the pen to the pad to the pain I conceal. So if you feel this, you know it's real. We don't pretend, around here ink bleeds real. Look, I seen tears dry with no shoulders around. Seen coffins drop while the laughter drown. I seen trust get sold for a couple of pounds and loyalty vanish when the cops come round. I got ink in my veins, it runs with rage. My diary's a cage, my pen's the blade. I ain't soft, I just write what pain can't stage. I spit life like lifers behind the cage. They want hooks for the charts, I give them art. I paint broken homes and abandoned hearts. This ain't rap, this that part where silence gets loud and the truth departs. No gimmicks, just a story carved in strife. No stunting, just survival in the cost of life. Ink don't lie, and real can't be bought. You either lived it, or you just thought. When my name fade and the lights go dim, let them read my lines like a psalm or hymn. Not for claps, not for fame to appeal, but so they know this ink, it always bled real.
This for the nights with an empty plate, for the hearts heavy with too much weight, for the pain stitched into every breath, for the soul that danced with near death. It ain't just bars, it's testimony. A war cry dipped in broken glory. Street wounds inked in every phrase. I bled my truth through concrete maze. Mama worked doubles, pop locked in the cell. I learned my math from hand to hands, I couldn't tell. School books covered in food stamps and rage. My notebook became my cage and stage. Roaches in the cabinets rain through the ceiling. Prayer turned silent, numb every feeling. Bros turned to beasts with a chrome in hand. We ain't read songs, but we knew the plan. I spoke to fate on the corner steps. Wrote rhymes in pain while the fiends slept. Got cousins who vanished in the cold case nights. Some never made it past red and blue lights. I don't glorify, I clarify scars. Verses like courtrooms, pain behind bars. Gunshots taught me what silence means. Every loss a sermon, every death a dream.
Soul of the struggle, heart of the block. Voices of the fallen still tick like a clock. Ink from the pain, truth in the flame. This ain't just rap, this survival and name. We still rise, still hustle with might. Through the dirt, through the dark, till we touch that light. Soul of the struggle, we don't bend, we don't break. We just build with the hurt, every move that we make.
My story ain't sweet, no sugar and tales. Just blood in the streets and prayers in jails. I seen homies lose hope with a needle's kiss, and kids clap heat like they don't know bliss. They ain't got dreams, just a price on their head. Sleeping on steps, book bag is bed. OG said life don't wait on a king, so I married this hustle, gave the block a ring. I've been 10 toes down in betrayal's dust, where a man gets buried before he earns your trust. Where the rich get richer and the broke stay prey. Where pain don't fade, it just learns to stay. I'm from a place where loyalty's rare, and the loudest one's gone when the beef in the air. Where you earn respect with a mind that's cold, and only speak truth that your pain can hold.
Graffiti on my soul from all this loss. Dreams laid on tombstones, counted the cost. The system ain't broken, it was built like this to make us fall in love with a life we miss. It ain't just crime, it's a cry for help, but they only hear us when we kill ourselves. So I write, I spit, I scream with my pen.
struggle, heart of the block, voices of the fallen still tick like a clock. Ink from the pain, truth in the flame. This ain't just rap, this survival and name. We still rise, still hustle with might. Through the dirt, through the dark, till we touch that light. Soul of the struggle, we don't bend, we don't break. We just build with the hurt, every move that we make. I spit with the weight of 10 lifetimes. Hustle in veins, trauma in rhymes. Trying to keep peace with a chaos breed. Where young boys shoot just to plant a seed. I don't rap for trends, I rap for those who got bruises beneath their Sunday clothes. For the ones who sell just to keep on lights. For the girls who cry through silent nights. Got demons I wrestle when the beat go off. Some friends turn fake, had to cut them soft. Pain made me sharper than a switchblade swing. Now my verses cut deep like a cell block king. I came from nothing, no silver in hands, just plastic spoons and survival plans. You feel that bass? That's pain in motion. My bars baptized in gutter devotion. Soul of the struggle, heart of the block, voices of the fallen still tick like a clock. Ink from the pain, truth in the flame. This ain't just rap, this survival and name. We still rise, still hustle with might. Through the dirt, through the dark, till we touch that light. Soul of the struggle, we don't bend, we don't break. We just build with the hurt, every move that we make. This ain't poetry for the charts. This is gospel from broken parts. My city taught me how to fight, how to fall and still right. Soul of the struggle, I carry a truth. Not just mine, but for all of you too. From pavement to page, from lost to art. I spit what's real, straight from the heart.
Yeah. This the kind of story they scared to write down. Ain't too many left that bleed loyalty no more, so this my last verse, my last vow. I seen brothers turn Judas when the money got fat. Tables got longer, but their hearts went flat. We built dreams off struggle, bricks laid by the pain. Now they switch sides for clout, no shame in they lane. Used to break bread, now they break codes. Switching up like Caesars for some likes and shows. I remember late nights posted deep with the fam. Now I watch my circle crumble like dirt in my hands. You can't buy morals in designer or chains. They selling out fast for a moment of fame. But I stayed 10 toes on the concrete slab. While they danced for approval, I bled what I had. He ain't for sale, real bleeding, real breathing. I wrote my truth in the flame, never needed no agreement. They switched for a deal, I die with my honor. It's the last verse of loyalty, my code, my armor. Loyalty ain't trendy, it's life, it's pain. Tatted my oath on the walls of my brain. I walk through the storm, ain't searching for fame. This the last verse I write in my brother's name. Grew up where your word meant more than your stat. Now they lie with a grin just to stab your back. Seen homies fall quicker than a letter in jail. Said they solid but they cracked at the sound of a sale. Told my youngin', don't confuse love with a favor. Don't trust the one who only come back when you paper. Loyalty ain't loud, it don't flex on the gram. It ride when it's quiet, it bleed when it stand. I stood by the code when it cost me my kin. When they threw dirt on my name, I ain't let the hate win. They talk tough online but quiet in rooms. I move in real time, my truth got wounds. You ever love somebody so deep you went broke for them? Took charges, stayed silent, prayed hope for them. Then watched them vanish like you never existed. That's what this pen cry for, not fame, but the ones who twisted. Let me tell you about my brother laid 6 feet deep. We ain't talked last week, now my soul can't sleep. He kept it solid when the world turned fake. Told me pride ain't enough, it's the bond we make. From county calls to late night wars, we held each other down behind locked doors. No snitch, no switch, just blood in the mud. If he hurt, I hurt. If he ride, I slug. But now I'm alone in this room with regrets. Trying to find peace in a world full of debts. I seen real ones leave and the fakes get rich. But I stay penning verses they can't counterfeit. Loyalty ain't for sale, real bleed it, real breathe it. I wrote my truth in the flame, never needed no agreement. They switched for a deal, I died with my honor. This the last verse of loyalty, my code, my armor. Loyalty ain't trendy, it's life, it's pain. Tatted my oath on the walls of my brain. I walk through the storm, ain't searching for fame. This the last verse I write in my brother's name. I
don't need applause, I need truth to survive. Every line that I spit is a part of who died. For the ones who ain't here, for the nights we pray, for the bullets that missed and the dues we paid. You can feel the real in the beat when it drops. This ain't club music, it's for those who got locked. It's for mamas with tears, sons chasing revenge. For the ones with no choice, only pain to defend. I stood on that porch with my future in flames. Still chose loyalty over money and names. This ain't rap, this testimony in bars. Ink made of blood, my verses got scars. So when I'm gone, don't play no tribute track full of lies. Just let this last verse echo through the block. Let them know I never switch sides. This the last verse I write with my back to the wall. For the day ones lost, for the real ones that fall. This my oath, my will, my letter to the streets. Loyalty in my breath until my heart ceases. For the day ones,
They say the pavement don't talk, but I heard confessions in the cracks. Stories written in the ground. Truth bleeds from the asphalt, line by line.
Every step I take, concrete beneath got history. Scars of the block, stitched in struggle and mystery. Raised with gunshots, answer pain, no symphony, no fairy tales here, just war and consistency. I seen tears dry midair before they hit the floor. Brothers banging for a cause they don't believe in no more. Mama's praying while they sons settle scores and loyalty measured in blood, not folklore. Corner store sermons, dice games like communion. You either get devoured, ain't no real union. The preacher wearing Jordans, priest got a tech, he preach peace, but his Bible got blood on the text. Truth from the pavement, I write what it gave me. Lessons in the dirt when the streets try to break me. I ain't spit bars, I bleed them on pages. Every line a bullet, every verse contagious. Truth from the pavement, listen to the ground. A symphony of sirens, shells and lost sounds. My story ain't clean, but it's carved in the bricks. Real ones feel it deep, this that street manuscript, yeah. I came from them blocks where dreams decay slow, where survival's an art and the reaper move low. Trigger fingers itchy, hearts colder than snow. You either live fast or you lay 6 below. I learned math from scales, not schools or teachers. Made sermons out of trap talk, slanging through speakers. Betrayals like perfume, you smell it too late. That's why I never trust a smile till I test the weight. Got brothers facing life for a name they rep, and kids watching hood flicks like it's all that's left. Pavement taught me how to move without leaking my steps, and how to speak in codes, this life playing chess. I ain't just rhyming, I'm reporting what I live. This ain't imagination, it's a letter to the kids. Every metaphor comes with a price or a bid, you feel me? This is deeper than what the surface gives. Ain't dripping like it's blood from my knuckles. Feds watching like hawks while I shuffle through struggles. My pen fight back, this ain't rap, it's rebuttals. I spit court transcripts, every verse got muscle. Ain't no justice, just budgets for cuffs and chains. They lock us up for profit, feed off our pain. Politicians shake hands while we duck in the rain, and the judges bang the gavel, don't care about names. But I still write scriptures on the walls of the train. Truth, spray painted where our hopes remain. I walk like a prophet with these beats in my brain. My sermons ain't clean, they got rust and stains. Truth from the pavement, I write what it gave me. Chapters of survival, streets that shape me. This ain't for the fame, I ain't begging for placement. I'm just giving voice to the unheard, no fake arrangement. Truth from the pavement, feel it in your chest. A heartbeat made a drum kicks in unrest. This is for my brothers who ain't get to confess. Their stories left through me, I'll handle the rest, yeah. Came from nothing, made verses out of pain. Dodged shells and indictments just to stake my name. My life ain't a movie, it's still smoke and flame, but I still found rhythm in the chaos and strain. Each crack on the pavement is a timeline lived, with dreams deferred and the innocence we give. Seen
too many buried before they hit 20. While suits talk reform, pockets staying plenty. But I ain't bitter, I'm building with rage. Turn my cell into a studio, not a cage. This my declaration, carved on the stage. Street poet born a war, turning grief to a page. If the pavement could speak, it'd sound like me. Not perfect, not polished, but brutally free. From yellow tape outlines to childish screams. This ain't just rap, it's my people's dreams. I never asked for flowers or a crowd that claps. I just needed space to breathe between traps. So here it is, raw, uncut, no arrangement. The realest truth I found, straight from the pavement. Yeah, that ain't up.
Alright.
Preacher in the trap, no Bible in hand. Just a 45 tucked and a vision to stand. Lessons from pain, scriptures from scars. I ain't teaching salvation, just surviving the dark. Cracked concrete, blood dried on the curb. Where dreams get stomped out word for word. OGs taught sermons with bags and straps. Truth over beats, no need to cap. Mama worked doubles, daddy never came back. So I learned math off scales and loud packs. First prayer I heard was a fiend's confession. Needle in his arm, tears full of regret and depression. Street taught me everything, school gave up. Only thing I studied was who set who up. Bullet holes and stop signs, life never paused. Even preachers in the hood keep a clause with they cause. A sermon ain't a sermon without loss in the mix. If God here watching, he see how we exist. This ain't a game, boy, this real life. Fergie with funerals outnumber graduations consent. It is that hood sermon, spit truth with a burden. Psalms of the pain, every bar got a purpose. No choir, no organ, just sirens and hearses. From the gut of the block, uncut like curses. Hood sermons, these bars be preaching. Hood sermons, from the trap to the bleeding. Every verse baptism, baptized in the flame. We don't pray for peace no more, just pray we stay sane. Steel toe boots, stomp dreams in the alley. Dice game gospel, hustlers in the rally. Youngins hold court in stairwells and traps. With court dates pending and cuffs on they laps. I seen hope get sold for a 2-for-1 deal. Seen loyalty fade over one fake pill. Gunshots the only hymns we hear at night. Lil' bro caught fire for clutching out a fright. Mothers bury sons, but sons don't cry. They hold it in tight till it leaks out in time. Cousin did 20, came home still numb. Say the world too soft, where he from ain't dumb. He told me keep writing, make the pain worth something. Turn trauma to gold, make the real start pumping. So I lace every line like a last confession. Each rhyme a blade cutting deep with intention. This that hood sermon, spit truth with a burden. Psalms of the pain, every bar got a purpose. No choir, no organ, just sirens and hearses. From the gut of the block, uncut like curses. Hood sermons, these bars be preaching. Hood sermons, from the trap to the bleeding. Every verse baptism, baptized in the flame. We don't pray for peace no more, just pray we stay sane. It ain't about how hard you bark, it's about who listen when the silence come. How many times you died inside and still woke up. This poetry ain't for applause, it's for the ones whose names ain't in murals but should be. For every soul lost in the cracks of these cities, we carry their stories through rhyme, through grit. Street prophets wearing trauma like a custom fit. Gun in the drawer, dreams on delay. Every move feel like you gamble your stay. In a zone where prayers get tested quick, where snakes look like fam and the loyalty switch. Tears dry up, but the pain get louder. We celebrate wins with painkillers and powder. My homie said heaven ain't for kids like us. Too much dirt on our soul, too many betrayals and cuts. But I ain't buying that. I spit truth to confront, like calling out the fake thugs who run when it's blunt. This booth ain't a booth, it's a confessional box where the priest got tattoos and trauma and stocks. I don't rap, I bleed. This mic my IV. Every ball post check of my history. It's deeper than rap, it's survival and prose. Put my life on the line every time it compose. It's that hood sermon, spit truth with a burden. Psalms of the pain, every bar got a purpose. No choir, no organ, just sirens and hearses. From the gut of the block, uncut like curses. Hood sermons, these bars be preaching. Hood sermons, from the trap to the bleeding. Every verse baptism, baptized in the flame. We don't pray for peace no more, just pray we stay sane.
Sermon ain't
from no pulpit, it's from the porch. From where we lit candles for the lost and torched. From the alleyways with no happy endings, where boys become men with no real beginnings. So if you hear me, this for the ones too real for the playlist, too raw for awards, too cold for the A-list. Hood sermons carved in pain, dipped in truth, spoken not for fame, but the ones who never had proof. Yeah.
Yeah. These streets don't teach with chalk. They carve lessons in the bones. I wrote my gospel in gravel, every bar from a place I bled alone. This ain't a sermon, it's survival. Welcome to the concrete scriptures. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Cracks in the pavement spell stories untold. Raised in a city where warmth turns cold. Hustle in my breath, pain in my lines. Truth in the ink, war in my mind. No silver spoon, just a steel plate dinner. Learn how to pray with my hand on the trigger. Every verse got weight like a body bag zip. Every rhyme is a brick from the cell block script. Taught by OGs, preachers with scars. Lessons in silence and sermons in bars. I ain't preaching peace, I'm just speaking real. If the streets don't kill you, then the system will. Mama cried when I took to the block, but my heart found rhythm in that gunshot clock. Ain't no hymns, just the thump of the bass. And the words I recite like I'm begging for grace. I wrote my faith on the corner wall. Concrete scriptures, I've seen it all. Bars full of blood, ink mixed with pain. Survivors, gospel, baptized in rain. Worthy no priest, just a prophet in Tim's. Speak truth while the street light dims. If these bricks could talk, they quote my name. Another real one forged in flames. Yeah, turn nothing to something, that's all I was taught. Every bag, every flip, every lesson I bought. Got dreams bigger than the coffin can hold, but death always lurking on that two-lane road. Homies lost to the game or the feds tight cuffs. Got a heart made of scars in the past too rough. Used to write rhymes with a burner in reach. Street poetry class, but the bullets teach. Pops wasn't there, so I learned from the block. Every felony charge was a ticking clock. Fast life moving like a trap beat drop. Either getting rich or you buried with the Glock. Got bars like scriptures penned in pain. Crack sidewalk where I etched my name. Life's a sermon in a puddle of blood, where saints wear grills and sins flood the mud. I wrote my faith on the corner wall. Concrete scriptures, I've seen it all. Bars full of blood, ink mixed with pain. Survivors, gospel, baptized in rain. We wear no priest, just a prophet in Tim's. Speak truth while the street light dims. If these bricks could talk, they'd quote my name. Another real one forged in flames. Read between the bullet holes. Decode the silence and sirens. This ink is holy, not cause it's clean, but cause it's real. Every verse a vow, every line my will. If I die tonight, this page is proof I live. Used to bag up, hoping the shoebox sell. Now I spit scriptures like I rose from hell. Soul still tatted, but my pen stay gold. Turn trauma to rhythm and silence to bold. The judge never saw the poet I be. Only saw tattoos and the record too deep. But this pain got rhythm, this hurt got flow. When the streets still listen when I let it go. I speak for the voiceless, the cage of the damned. Those praying through steel with the mic in their hand. No choir, no pews, just these beats in the pad. Turn my grief into bars, made peace with the bad. I ain't flawless, I'm just forged from loss. Every mistake was a real one's cost. So I write like it's all I got left. Truth on my tongue, in the street, in my breath. I wrote my faith on the corner wall. Concrete scriptures, I've seen it all. Bars full of blood, ink mixed with pain. Survivors, gospel, baptized in rain. Ain't no priest, just a prophet in Tim's. Speak truth while the street light dims. If these bricks can talk, they quote my name. Another real one forged in flames. But I ain't a rapper, I'm a voice from the cracks. A verse in the concrete that never looks back. This ain't rap, it's redemption in lines. Street poet forever, through struggle I shine. Carved these scriptures with bleeding hands. Wrote my testament in the city sands. Not for fame, not for charts, but for the broken ones with battle hearts. I leave my soul on every beat, so when I'm going you'll still hear my feet. In every block, in every rhyme, I lived eternal in these concrete lines.
I'm writing on the walls of this concrete hell. Verse heavy like chains, feel the weight when I tell. It's survival, no fairy tale. Real pain, real time, these notes from the cell. Steel doors don't mute my yell. You can cage the body, not the rebel in the shell. Every line gon' ring like a bell. Truth scribbled in blood, these notes from the cell. 4 walls, 1 bunk, no sun on my face. Just a sin of regrets and a permanent case. 23 and 1, I converse with the bricks. They talk back through the cracks, telling me pick up the sticks. I wrote this with a pencil though from time. Sharpen my pain and turn struggle into rhyme. Each line a scar, each word a war. These bars ain't music, they confessions of the poor. Mama prayed I heard her voice through the phone. Said you were raised to lead, not die alone. But the streets bred me harder than sermons and hymns. So I baptize my sins in adrenaline and rims. Yeah, I'm writing on the walls of this concrete hell. Verse heavy like chains, feel the weight when I tell. It's survival, no fairy tale. Real pain, real time, these notes from the cell. Steel doors don't mute my yell. You can cage the body, not the rebel in the shell. Every line gon' ring like a bell. True scribbled in blood, these notes from the cell. Yeah, they gave me time, but I gave them art. Fed my demons ink till they tore me apart. The warden read my verses like scripture at night. Said it's deeper than rap, it's a convict's fight. I seen men turn wolves, fam turn ghosts. But loyalty's real when it matters the most. Tatted tears from the past, I can't rinse. My notebook's thicker than my case defense. They say reform, but all I see is repeat. Cells stacked like decks, just shuffling heat. And the guards, just reflections with keys. Swapping freedom for silence and state IDs. I had dreams, yeah, but they sleep in a foul. Labeled inmate hopes with a sentence to trial. So I spit what they scared to admit. Turn this cage to a pulpit and preach grit. Every verse is a brick in my mental escape. Every beat's a heartbeat in this concrete cape. I don't glorify crime, I document facts. Paint truth with a blade over 90s boom bap. You feel me? This ain't for the TikTok clips. This for the lifers with dreams and cuff wrists. This for the lost who wrote poems in their head to keep their sanity from jumping off the bed. I ain't asked for pity, I just needed a mic to light up the dark like contraband at night. 3 meals, no flavor, but the pain still seasoned. My past, my prosecutor, no reason or reasoning. From juvenile cells to adult-sized sins, I've been dodging God while he choking on grins. But maybe he listens when the ink pours real. Maybe my truth break chains, not just seal deals. My celly caught 25 with a side. He told me write yours clean, don't just testify. So I scribbled my life, blood thick on the lines. A poet with priors, still serving my time. Yeah, I'm writing on the walls of this concrete hell. Verse heavy like chains, feel the weight when I tell. It's survival, no fairy tale. Real pain, real time, these notes from the cell. Steel doors don't mute my yell. You can cage the body, not the rebel in the shell. Every line gon' ring like a bell. True scribbled in blood, these notes from the cell. They send letters, but most never come. Love fades fast when you shackled and numb. But this pad, loyal this pen stays. It ain't leave me once in these 1,000 days. My brother died while I sat in the yard. Couldn't touch his casket, only cry in the dark. That's the kind of grief you bottle and rage. Unspoken emotion, ink deep on the page. I remember little bro asking why I bang. Now his photo in my cell is all that remains. So I vow to write truth till my hands collapse. Street sermons for the youth stuck in death traps. A cell can't stop what the mind ignites. These are war stories dressed in poets' rights. To the young, to the lost, to the ones who fail. May you find your freedom through notes from the cell. From the cell. And drop. Door buzzes shut, beat phase with typewriter sound and distant cell clanks. Pin drop, door buzzer shut, beat fades with typewriter sound and distant cell clinks.
I spit pain and patterns, the beat bleeds real. Not just rap, it's the weight of the steel. Raised by the curb where the lessons hit deep, where loyalty is rare and the price ain't cheap. Mama prayed hard, but the streets prayed louder, where fiends dance with death for a hit of that powder. I scribbled on napkins in the back of bodegas, spitting bars like bullets, no room for the fakers. These ain't verses, this is therapy, son. A war with my demons that I never outrun. I pen what I live, not a gimmick or act, just real life, with a snare and a clap. Tales from the corner where the truth gets sold, where the young die fast and the real grow old. No gold chains here, just cuffs and regrets. Still I spit every line with blood in my breath. Real bars, no filter, straight from the core. This ain't rap for the charts, it's a verbal war. We don't lie in these rhymes, we survive and adapt. Put the pain in the beat and the truth in the trap. Real bars, no filter, scars on display. Got a past in my pen and a price I still pay. No cap, no disguise, no ghostwriter gimmicks. I bleed in my lines, every verse got limits. Product of the block, raised by the system. Every line I write got a body in the rhythm. Used to count grams, now I count syllables. But the struggle in my voice still criminal. Talk slick, get hit, we don't do subliminals. No mask, no scripts, just bars and principles. Real recognize real, that's the street oath. Seen brothers switch sides, now they both ghosts. Pistol in the dresser, Bible in the drawer. Both got verses that prepare me for war. I'm a poet with a past, can't erase what I've done. But I rhyme like I'm chasing redemption with a gun. Dead homies in my head when the beat drops. I rap with the weight of their names in my thoughts. This ain't just noise, it's soul and survival. Each bar like a shot from a sawed-off revival. They want metaphors, but I give them memorials, written on loose leaf, where the ink leaks like the tears we held back, where every rhyme is a eulogy wrapped in fact, where rap ain't about fame, it's about fighting back. I never had a ghostwriter, just ghosts I write for. I don't chase the radio, I chase the reason. Every bar's a confession, I ain't here for a season. Real bars, no filters, straight from the core. This ain't rap for the charts, it's a verbal war. We don't lie in these rhymes, we survive and adapt. Put the pain in the beat and the truth in the trap. Real bars, no filters, scars on display. Got a past in my pen and the price I still pay. No cap, no disguise, no ghostwriter gimmicks. I bleed in my lines, every verse got limits. I made peace with my sins on a cracked sidewalk, where the OGs speak through the lines of chalk. No textbooks, just street codes and instincts, where your rep dies fast if your soul ever blinks. My 16s don't brag, they confess. I don't flex chains, I flex the stress. Turn pain into patterns, trauma in the lines. Used to dodge bullets, now I dodge deadlines. Beat slaps like a judge with a 10-year bid. This for every lost cause and every locked kid. This for that cell block cipher at night, where they spit truth cause that's all that's right. Microphone martyr, never sold my name. No TikTok dances, just bars and flame. Boom bap in my lungs, trap in my blood. Every verse I deliver still covered in mud. Real bars, no filters. Ain't no auto-tune for trauma. No edits for the streets we come from. Just truth, just raw, just me, still spitting.
Yeah. Ink bleed like paint on a pad. Concrete thought, survival in every stanza. No gimmicks. Just grit. We speak what we live. This that hustle verse. Wrote with scars, rhyme through hunger. I wrote these lines with my palm full of callus.
From flipping them packs to dodging the malice. System ain't built for us, still we find balance. Dreams in the gutter, surrounded by violence. Mama prayed hard while I played with the static. Broke bread with the wolves, loyalty automatic. My rhymes ain't for charts, they a war report. Every bar got weight like a drug import. Life on the line for a chain in the ring, but I'd trade all that for peace when I sleep. Can't rewind pain, so I scribble the truth. From alley to booth, I give you the proof. These ain't just lyrics, this survival math. Where wrong turns hit you like a rifle blast. Soul stitched with verses and concrete rhythm. Either rap or trap, ain't no middle position. These hustle verses, written in war zones. Each line a fight from the block to my bones. Ink spill struggle, beat knock resistance. Survival's an art, I paint with persistence. No fiction, just friction and facts. Boom bap soul in a gang trap track. It's life in the margins, pen with a blade. These hustle verses never fade. Used to write on walls before I wrote on a beat. My story got bars, my pen got heat. Seen brothers fall cause they trusted the fake. Now loyalty's rare like snow in the lake. Taught by the code that ain't found in no books. With looks to get you lined, then erase like crooks. Never spoke much, just move like chess. But my notepad talk when I feel that stress. Cousin got locked, came back with a stare. Like he seen hell and it live in the air. So I lace these verses like my last confession. Each word sharpened like a learned lesson. Street dreams come wrapped in danger. You count friends fast, but foes come major. Still I walk firm with my back on the wall. Cause I made a throne from nothing at all. Every verse I write ain't for applause. It's to remind myself I made it through flaws. I ain't rapping for streams, I'm rapping for brothers who hustle between schemes. This is that tape you bump in the dark, when the system got your neck but your soul still spark. Boom bap is my roots, trap taught me survival. Poetry's my Bible. I seen bricks moving, blocks get swept. I seen killers cry with regret on their breath. I seen single mothers make meals from scraps while their sons risk it all just to fill the gap. This that real talk, no industry filter, no TikTok dances, just real street scriptures. My verses breathe like they birthed in a cell. Ain't got the sin of a million. Jail smells. Feds did sweeps, boys vanished overnight, but I stayed low, kept my verses tight. Now the mic my scale, and these bars my grind. Turn a lifetime of pain to a dope punchline. It ain't luck, it's war in syllables form. Soul in the snares, truth in the storm. And if I never chart, then so be it. At least the streets know I spit the realest. Ooh, these hustle verses, written in war zones. Each line a fight from the block to my bones. Ink spill struggle, beat knock resistance. Survival's an art, I paint with persistence. No fiction, just friction and facts. Boom bap soul in a gang trap track. It's life in the margins, pen with a blade. These hustle verses never fade. Yeah, verses don't stop till the pain do. All I need's a pad and a plate full. Raised with a block taught language, hand signs, hood codes, raw anguish, nothing sweet where I'm from, not even revenge. Seen friends turn to ghosts when that paper bends, so I write with a vengeance, truth in my breath. Treat each line like I'm one bar from death. Backseat sessions, beats bang on repeat. These hustle verses be the voice of the street. Don't need no fame, no brand on my chain, as long as they feel it when I spit that pain. This ain't music for parties or fame. It's ink testimony of kids who never got to grow old, of mothers who held pictures in pain, of concrete that raised soldiers, and verses that became their names. This is hustle verses, street made, pain laced. No hooks needed, just truth.